Allah. Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. We are in the year 1446 of the Islamic calendar in the blessed month of Shaban, the gateway to Ramadan. A month of preparation, reflection, and renewal. As we approach Ramadan, we begin purifying our hearts, strengthening our discipline, and realigning our intentions. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ would increase his fasting in Shaban, preparing for the sacred month ahead. The Prophet ﷺ said, Shaban is the month between Rajab and Ramadan, which many people neglect. It is a month in which deeds are raised to the Lord of the worlds, and I like for my deeds to be raised while fasting. With Ramadan on the horizon, let this khutbah serve as a reminder that purification does not begin on the first night of Ramadan. It begins now. It begins in how we treat one another, how we strengthen our community, and how we honor the most vital members of our ummah, our women. Today, we begin with honor. We begin with the foundation upon which every strong society stands. Our mothers, daughters, wives, and sisters. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "The best of you are those who are best to their women." Our deen places immense responsibility on men, not for us to just provide, but to protect, uplift, and empower the women of our ummah. And as always, in nature, we find lessons that reflect this wisdom. So today, we look at the wolves of Yellowstone, and we see a system that thrives on balance. And at the core of that balance are the female wolves, the matriarchs of the pack. They are protectors of the pack, for female wolves do not sit idle by. They defend their young, they guard their territory, and they ensure the safety of their people. In the same way, our women, whether as mothers, teachers, or community leaders, are the front line of preserving our faith, definitely our identity and values. They choose strong leadership. Unlike other species, female wolves do not follow blindly. They submit to strength, wisdom, and justice. And if a male leader fails his responsibility, they hold him accountable. My wife every 4 months. Righteous leadership must be earned. It is never simply given. They maintain order and discipline. The presence of strong female wolves ensure the next generation is raised with the necessary skills to survive. In Islam, the role of a woman is not just to nurture, but to educate, discipline, and prepare the future leaders of the ummah. They embody both strength and mercy. A female wolf is a warrior and a mother. She hunts, she defends, promotes, and teaches, because Islam does not confine women to a single role. Our history is filled with female scholars, warriors, businesswomen, and leaders. We must ask ourselves, how do we as men treat the women in our community? Do we uplift them? Do we protect them? Do we respect them? Or do we neglect, oppress, and limit them, forgetting their strength? Forgetting that their strength is our strength. Subhan Rabbika Rabbil Izzati Amma Yasifun. So, I'm mostly in the West End, you know. This is a community that I am part of, that I'm married into, and involved, and I would like to be more involved in. Just as every strong wolf pack requires just and wise leadership, so do our communities. Leadership is not about power. It is about anna, ana, trust from Allah. It is a responsibility that must be carried with wisdom, justice, and the best interests of the people. In the West End community, last week, we witnessed a new chapter for Imam Kwame as he steps into leadership following in the legacy of Imam Nadine, who of course we know led with leadership and wisdom. And when I was there, I was happy to see him become the new leader of the West End. You know, my brother-in-law tells me every day, he says that my generation, we want to be old so much and that we're still young. And at this time, it is good to see that we have a transition to someone who is considerably young, who is new, who is a family man and a good example. And so as a community, I stand with him and I pledge my allegiance and support to his reign. But the leadership is not just about one man. It is about the people who uphold it. Just as wolves thrive as a pack, our community must support its leaders, ensuring they uphold justice, fairness, and righteousness. And so, Ya Allah, we ask you to bless the leadership of the West End, strengthen them with wisdom, patience, righteousness, protect them from harm, guide them in their decisions, and grant them the ability to lead with justice. Ameen. Ya Allah, make the transition of leadership smooth and let it be a means of prosperity. Ameen. Safety and a unity for our people. Protect them from their enemies, from division, and from the evils that may seek to disrupt their mission. Ya Allah, strengthen the women of our ummah. Give them honor. Give them protection and success. Raise from among them scholars, leaders, and mothers of the next generation of righteous men and women. Ya Allah, prepare us for Ramadan. Purify our hearts. Strengthen our sincerity. And make us among those who enter this sacred month with discipline and purpose. Ameen. This is the conclusion to our khutbah today. Subhan rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun al mursalin